Hi, I'm Jason Berniak for CTN. It's that season again, construction season. Ann Arbor has a major project on Main Street throughout the summer, but despite the lane and road closures, the downtown businesses are not. To discuss the Can You Dig It program is Sandra Andrande, the Executive Director of the Main Street Area Association. Welcome, Sandra.
Hi, good morning.
Well, that is a very cool name for a promotion. Where did you come up with that name?
Main Street Area Association, we have a board of directors, and basically we got a construction task force together. We sat down and we looked at, what other towns were doing, and we played off of, I can't even remember the name of the small town, but we played off of something another town did, why reinvent the wheel? But definitely Sarah Miller from Destination Ann Arbor, she came up with the Can You Dig It? And so yeah, it stuck. We all loved it, and so that's what we went with. We rolled with.
Well, I mean, it's catchy. I mean, it's easy to remember right now. Um, I'm a little, to be honest with you, I'm a little unfamiliar with the association. Can you maybe tell some people who are unaware like me what the Main Street Area Association is?
Yeah. So downtown Ann Arbor is divided into four districts. So we are one of the four. The other are Carytown, South U, and State Street District. And we all have organizations of our own, nonprofits, and our mission is all to vitality downtown. And we meet as much as possible and talk about things. But Main Street Area Association, I would say we're like a business association. Anybody can join, a business, a resident, but the benefit really goes to the businesses. So we create a networking between the businesses to connect to each other if they want to have an event, if they, are having shared problems or shared successes. So we create that network for them. Additionally, we do promotions, and we do that through events. So we do Restaurant Week, Taste of Ann Arbor, Midnight Madness, car show. So we do a number of events throughout the year. We also act as advocates. So if there's a shared problem in the city, we are a voice for the businesses in our area to try to fix whatever problem it is. And we also just work to promote our downtown, and we manage the street closures that have become a success on the weekends, in the summertime. So we do so many different things, and we also manage the flower beds. We pay for the holiday lights. So a lot of stuff.
I mean, that is no short order of list of things you guys do. Now, how did you yourself become involved, the executive director of it, and what made you want to become involved with the association?
Yeah, I grew up in Fenton, which is like, half hour north of here. And Ann Arbor was always a big city to me growing up in the country. So right out of high school, I got a job at Connor O'Neill's on Main Street in Ann Arbor. And it was like so very exciting. And I ended up working there 10 years through college and everything, all aspects of my life. And so that's where I started to get connected. And then at one point in time, met Maura, the previous director of Main Street Area Association. I worked with her, then went to the university, but ended up, when this job opened up, came back. I just love working with the businesses, and entrepreneurs are just incredible people to work with, learn from, and just be around that energy. So yes, that's the part I love about it.
And now the big project right now is the Can You Dig It project, which is a construction project that I think it's already started, but it's going to last throughout the summer. Now, will this project, what has that been associated? Did the city guy give you guys a heads up? How did you guys communicate so you can build a cool program like Can You Dig It program to work around this?
Yeah, so the city has been, I have to say, fantastic through this whole thing. They worked with us, I think, starting in 2021. So it was a year after the pandemic started. And basically gauging our feedback on how the project would look, how we would prefer it being done. And we definitely advocated for doing it in segments, which is what they're doing. So that gives us the opportunities to have flexibility and still engage the space. instead of doing it all at once. So we are in segment 1 right now, which is Main Street from William to Washington, or no, I'm sorry, Main Street from to the intersection of Main and Liberty, sorry. And then that should go through May. And then after that, so starting in May, it should go on Main Street from Liberty all the way to Huron. So it'll be done in those kind of 2 major chunks. And then ideally by Art Fair, it'll be done and they'll be wrapping it up and potentially finishing like through that intersection of Huron. But hopefully by August in my head would be fantastic. So yeah, but get that segmented work gives us the flexibility when it starts getting warmer to have music downtown and still do cool stuff in the areas that's not being worked in.
Gotcha. And then always the big question when it comes to construction, or at least downtown, is parking. Now, will there be any parking effects with this new project going on?
Yeah, so actually it's not bad, and it's no different than the weekend closures that we've been doing for 3 years. So if you're coming in, from the Saline or like highway angle, there's a big parking structure at Main and William, as well as the surface lot that sits behind that 300 block. And then if you're coming in from the other direction, there's the big parking garage on Washington. So we have tons of parking, and it's not a problem. We keep trying to drive that home. There's plenty of parking.
And even if there's not parking, as far as that goes, if you walk or nearby, is there any sidewalk or any roadways are affected from the project itself as well?
So the sidewalk should have minimal effect. The only time sidewalks will be affected is when they're making the connections between the main water main to the businesses. And so that will be quick and short, and just arbitrary when it's happening, is my understanding. So sidewalks are open, and they, for the most part, will be open throughout the project.
And you did mention water main. The water main is kind of the main focus of the project from my understanding. Now, are businesses going to be affected with the water main repairs, and new water mains in there? Will that affect any of those businesses being open, or any changes in how they would operate?
Yeah, no, I mean, when they're doing the connection, for a few hours, their water will be shut off, and the city's giving them notice, and they'll be planning for it. And the city's been great about, they're doing it at times when business, when businesses aren't open. So, so they're really working with us to make it not affect anything. So yeah, they will have to shut off for a little bit of time, but generally it will be when businesses aren't open and we won't even know it's happening.
So it's not like you're going to go downtown to your favorite business and then be like, sorry, we're closed, nothing like that.
Yeah, nope. And we have St. Patrick's Day coming up, and they've been great. We're like, don't let Conroe Neals be affected. And so they're protected. They're very aware of all our things going on, and they're working with us on that. And so they've been great. And they have found it's cool just to go down to see the construction. Actually, there's an old trolley track that's under the main street that they're tearing up. There's a really big brick cistern that was at the intersection of Main and Liberty. My understanding of that is it held water for fighting fires back in the day. So actually, if you're into history or archaeology, it's fun to walk around down there and then, grab a bite to eat or whatever. But it's really interesting, the work.
So you're getting like a little bit of a museum unveiling while you're going downtown as well.
Exactly. And next year's our bicentennial, so I feel like it's fitting.
Hey, that works. Now with the Can You Dig It program, now with the promotions in it, what exactly should some people look forward to that promotions, and how do they use it?
Yeah, so if you go to our website, mainstreetannarbor.org, you'll see a button right away that says, Can You Dig It? So just click on that. And a lot of the businesses are offering great promotions. Pretzel Bell, if you say, Can You Dig It? You get 20% off. Of Rice and Men, you get 10% off. Biddy and Bo's has like a coffee special. So definitely go check it out. There's a lot of stuff on there. But exciting thing happening is sometime this week, so mid-March, we'll be launching an app game. So it's really easy to you don't even download it. I kind of went through the steps, but it's very simple and it's really cool. It is for your mobile device. And if you go into 3 businesses and geo check in, there's like a little button that says check in. You don't have to buy anything. You just have to go into 3 businesses of the participating businesses and they're listed. If you go to 3, you get a button. There's these cool buttons we got made up with Can You Dig It with a little construction hat. They're really cute. And then if you go into 6 businesses, we do a bunch of drawings each month to get prizes to downtown. And we have so many gift cards collected and baskets from Cherry Republic. So there'll be a lot of winners each month. So you'll enter a drawing for that. And so anyway, so we have this game coming, this app. So definitely check that out. That'll be coming soon too.
So kind of like a fun scavenger hunt.
Yes, exactly. And free.
A free scavenger hunt. I mean, how can you turn that down? Now with that promotion, that lasts through the entire construction season. It's not just from a small period of time.
Yeah.
Now with that, there's still events going to be coming up. So what are some of the upcoming events or current events going down in downtown Ann Arbor on Main Street?
Yeah, so right now it's Youth Art Month. So March is Youth Art Month downtown, and that is when we connect Ann Arbor Public Schools kids, so grade kindergarten through high school, senior in high school, 12th, with the businesses. And basically you walk down the sidewalks and it's a gallery of artwork from all our classrooms. And it's incredible. It really actually is. And it makes you feel connected to the community. And I know for the kids, it's a big feeling to not just have your art in your classroom and, for your parents to see, but to have it in a public space really gives confidence to a lot of these kids. So it's a wonderful program and it's definitely fun to walk around and look at the art. So that's happening throughout the month. And in our website, you'll see there's different free workshops going on. March 18th is a art crawl, and you do that on your own, but you get the map. And we have like a free rock drawing, painting workshop at Conner and Yale's. Cultureverse is putting on an incredible exhibit with artwork from kids from the Ukraine. And they're for that art walk doing eggs. So you can go in and work and draw paint some Ukrainian eggs with them. So there's just a lot going on for the month and it's really cool. So that's our March basically.
And now, not just the March events, none of the other future events, like you mentioned, art fair. I know the full moon and things like that. Now, none of those events are going to be really affected with the construction project. Is there going to be just slight changes? How's that working out?
Yeah, so some are. I definitely think check our website. We have an event page with all the notes from our events. So yes, art fair is 110% happening. It is in their contract. The work's not done. They got to cover up the street for art fair. So art fair is happening. However, Taste of Ann Arbor, our car show, we are working to move those to the fall, but it's a to be determined because that's also football season. So we're still navigating if that's what we want to do. But we're going to have Pride Fest for the first time this year downtown in Maine and Liberty. We're super excited about that. We're going to bring back our A2 Summer Streets music series. So every Thursday night, June through August, we will have musicians, and that's how we talked about the segments. So we'll have musicians basically where the work isn't happening. So we should be able to start out right off the bat on that 300 block of Maine having music every Thursday night, and it might shift around, but yeah, it's going to be great music and things throughout the whole summer. So yeah, definitely still events happening.
So no events canceled, maybe a little bit of rearrangement, but nothing canceled for the year because of this project.
Right, exactly.
Now, I think you mentioned the website and some other places. Where is the official spot to get the latest information on the association and maybe the construction project itself?
Yeah, so everything's on mainstreetannarbor.org. If you just go to events, you'll see all of the events listed, and it'll be a general event page too, where you can kind of check and see what's happening, when, if it's shifted or moved. And then we also have the Can You Dig It page. We have a newsletter you can sign up for, and when that app launches, that'll be there. So basically everything's there. Also parking, we have a link to the DDA's awesome parking interface. So yeah, so it's all there.
The one-stop spot to shop, I guess, quite
Yeah.
literally shop, because there's a lot of businesses down there. Now, if you're a business or someone who wants to be involved, maybe a volunteer spot or something like that, where would they go to the same website to do that? And what maybe you have to do to become a member or volunteer?
Yeah, so you could just email me at sandra@mainstreetannarbor.org. It should be on the website. I think I have it there. But we also have a Facebook page, so you could connect there and message me, Main Street Ann Arbor. But yeah, so if you're interested in volunteering for something like Taste of Ann Arbor or 82 Summer Streets, or really, we could have that conversation of what you want to do. And to become a member, that information is there as well. So yeah, so it's all there.
So and I'm assuming you always need a volunteer, or there's no shortage of volunteers that
We'll
you need.
always take volunteers.
Now, Sandra, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. I hope everybody just continues to come down and support. So far, it's been good, and there's actually been except for the weather, the same. It feels like the same amount of people aside from the weather again. But yeah. So I just hope people keep coming down throughout the summer because we are doing cool stuff.
Well, Sandra, thank you so much for your time. Make sure to check out the Main Street website and get the latest information. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more of our programming and services, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Thank you for joining us.